Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh. Thank you so much for joining us today here in the lounge. We got 2 glasses in front of us that came out of this one sample jar right here, which was drawn at random from our sample pool, full of a bunch of individual single samples, and it could be almost anything, but the jar is clear, so we do know it is a bourbon or a rye. And there's a lot of reasons we do that. We can't be drinking peated whiskey and then filming other videos for the week after we drink peated whiskey. That doesn't work. But this is a bourbon or a rye. The color is lovely. You look lovely today. We're going to taste some whiskey for you, and we don't know what it is, so you're going to get a really unbiased opinion. That's how we do things over here more often than not. We think it provides some value to you because there's no labels or hype going into it. And like I said, gives you a really honest opinion of what's in the glass. We'll taste it, see what we think about it, give it some ratings. Then we'll find out a price and see if that changes how we feel. Or we'll just give it a price. We won't give it a price. We'll give it a rating, then we'll find out the price.
That's what you said.
Okay. Sometimes I black out on these intros.
After doing it for several years and you say the same thing over and over again, I could see how you would just black out. Yeah,
and like people, there's new people watching sometimes, so we always want to be mindful of them and let them know what to expect.
Yes.
So after we find out the price, we'll see if that changes how we feel, and then we'll find out what we're drinking. It is a backwards way of doing things, and it could be more concise and all that stuff, but you don't get to eliminate the bias unless you do it this way because it's just too easy to be swayed by labels and price tags and hype and all that stuff.
And even just brand names, too.
It is. If you like this approach, give us this video a like and think about subscribing to the channel because we do a single sample like this every Monday, and then on every Thursday we do a head-to-head. So, on the nose, what do you think?
It smells good on the nose. It smells old.
Okay.
It smells sweet. Really sweet, actually. And it does smell proofy. It smells like I'm getting some like alcohol burn on my nose hairs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm not getting as much alcohol burn as you, but it definitely does smell sweet. A little bit more in that like caramel toffee vein, but it's coming across more faint to me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe. It smells good though. Like it smells very classic Kentucky bourbon-ish smells in that vein. So let's get on the palate and see what we're working with. Okay. That is not, I guess it's kind of what I expected, but a little different.
It's not as sweet as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Based on how it's sweet it smelled. I'm getting a little more like, I feel like my mouth is an oak barrel. Like just around the edges, I'm tasting like the oak, but then on my tongue, I can get some sweet. Yeah,
there's definitely a lot of barrel influence on this. There's also the flavor profile, not that I ever try to guess, but just to relay an experience to you guys. The flavor profile reminds me of maybe Heaven Hill, but more specifically Jim Beam.
Can you explain why? Because I don't know why.
There's a nuttiness in here that is kind of translates to a little bit of a lack of sweetness, a little bit of like a nutty type of flavor, but it's the way that the nuttiness kind of coincides with that barrel note. The way they go together, it's not quite a peanut. It's a little bit more earthy than that. Yeah.
And by nuttiness, you mean kind of an inherent lack of sweetness.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, and also just like the flavor of if you had some peanuts or some almonds or whatever, like that type of note, a little bit maybe more of like a roasted peanut type of note. Okay.
It's very dry. Like the second sip, it got more dry.
Guess what? When you eat roasted peanuts, guess what they are? Dry.
I do like roasted peanuts, especially if they're honey roasted. Those are real good. I haven't had any honey roasted peanuts in a long time. I should get some.
I mean, there's a touch of honey on this too. Like honey itself isn't super sweet. It's a little bit more.
Depends. I just had honey on my English muffin this morning and it was pretty sweet.
Well, that's clover honey.
It was real good. Like I said, depends on the type of honey.
Is clover honey the sweetest of all the honeys?
I don't know.
I think that's you, honey.
Aww.
You're the sweetest of all the honeys.
Thanks.
Actually, I never call you honey, and that was super weird.
That was weird.
Yeah.
We don't say honey or babe.
The only time
I've accidentally called you babe once, and it was so weird, and I hated it. I instantly had like instant regret.
Don't be weird. The only time I ever get called honey is by older women.
And that's kind of cute.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, getting back on track here, this feels proofy. Like the way the finish is lingering leads me to believe it's a little bit higher proof, over 100 proof. How much over 100 proof, I don't know. It does seem drying. There is a sweetness on the finish. So when I'm drinking it, it doesn't taste sweet to me. But on the finish, there's like a lingering, semi-sweet thing going on here.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's it.
Man, it's hard to say. I feel like the best thing I can say about it is that it tastes like good Jim Beam, which
cool.
It may not even be that, but it's the way that I can relay the experience that I'm having the best way possible. Kind of this honey roasted peanut.
But see, to someone like me, that means nothing.
Sugary sweetness. Well,
good Jim Beam means nothing. I don't know what that means.
Right. That's true. So honey roasted peanut, kind of sweet, but kind of earthy.
Okay.
Kind of tame sweetness.
I can see all that.
The spice and the barrel, the oak does kind of hit on the finish and ramp up a little bit, but it's never too overpowering. It's not bowling you over with heat or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
It's pretty good all around. What's your rating on this?
I'm going to go just okay because for some reason I feel like it's expensive.
Okay. What? Because of why?
The darkness, I feel like maybe it's old.
Okay. That's possible. Yeah. I'm going to go, man, I'm going to go thumbs up. I'm going to try to see the best in this glass. I'm teetering between just okay and thumbs up as well.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about the price. I'm just going on what I taste in the glass. Jim Beam and this overall flavor profile, whether it's Jim Beam or not the thing I gravitate towards to the most, but there are times where I really like it. It's just hard to want to drink something like this when I can get a really good Knob Creek pick for 50 or 60 bucks, but we don't know what this is or how much it costs. So we're going to find it out now and see if that changes how we feel about all this. This is in our key number 59.
Oh, I don't have to go very far. Oh, I was right. It's expensive.
How bad?
$250.
Wow.
American dollars, not euros.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Man.
That's a lot of doll hairs.
All right. I can tell you I'm not staying thumbs up. I just don't know where I'm going to land. Because here's the thing.
It's for someone.
It is.
I don't know. There's something about it that made me feel like it was expensive. It's not the flavor profile that I like. Kind of to what Josh was saying. Just the dryingness of it. The lack of sweetness of it. While I don't like things that are too sweet, I do like sweetness. And there isn't very much of that on this glass. So I'm not going to pay $250 for it. Do I think it's a ripoff? No.
That's a good point.
So I'm going to stay just okay.
Okay. I get more sweetness than you, and I think I've spoken to that. When I was talking about Jim Beam specifically, I was thinking about some of the Hardin's Creek releases. Those are $180 to $200. I kind of expected this to come in around that same ballpark. At $250, I don't know anything from Jim Beam that is that pricey, so I don't think this is Jim Beam. However, are there Knob Creek single barrel picks, even now when they're 9.5 or 10 years old, that I like just about as much as this? Pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I stick by everything I said. I'm with you. I don't think it's necessarily a ripoff. It's just not my... At $250, it needs to be my exact flavor profile. And this is not exactly my flavor profile. However, at $250, I'm going to assume it's probably something cool. I'm glad I got to try it. Would I get a pour in a bar? Sure, probably. But I don't necessarily need a whole bottle of this.
Right. If thumbs up or just okay to me means I would pay for a pour at a bar, even if it was fairly expensive.
Just to try it.
Just to try it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have to own a bottle of it.
Yes. We can't say it any better than that. What are we drinking?
We
Number
are
59.
drinking. So what are you going?
I said just okay.
Okay. Jim Beam. Lineage.
Oh!
It's 111 proof.
Oh!
And looks like we might have 2 samples of this because you put thanks to Kim and Mark.
Yeah.
And then also Bill and Delia.
Yeah, we did get 2 samples of
So
this.
Kim and Mark Schwartz gave us a sample, and Bill and Delia Kavanaugh also gave us a sample. So it's one of their samples.
I wonder...
Thank you both.
Thank you guys both.
Well, thank you, all 4 of you.
Yes. I wonder if the other sample is in our head-to-head pool against a Knob Creek single barrel. Because that is something that I would do.
Maybe.
Okay. Here's the backstory on this pour on a personal level. Kim and Mark came over, had been to Jim Beam, got a bottle of Lineage. I believe Lineage might be a distillery-only release, or maybe it was even a duty-free international-only release.
Okay.
that they then brought into being a distillery-only release during 2020 when travel was restricted and all that stuff. But you can still get it at Jim Beam itself, James Beam. Which, by the way, if you are ever in Kentucky, go to Jim Beam. I don't care what you think about their whiskey. Go to the kitchen table. The restaurant there, awesome. There's like this bacon jalapeno cream cheese popper thing. Out of this world. It's got duck fat that's mixed in.
Okay.
It will change your life. It will.
So whether you like their whiskey or not, go to their restaurant. Everything
on the menu that I've had is good. We've been quite a few times. So the restaurant is the best thing going on at Jim Beam.
Okay.
Knob Creek single barrel picks are the second best thing.
Okay.
And then these special releases are the third best thing.
Okay.
As with anything, again, Jim Beam's not my exact flavor profile. So I do struggle with the pricing on some of the Hardin's Creek and Lineage and things like that. But I do really enjoy them. And when I was talking about Hardin's Creek with this, there's like this kind of raspberry jam type of note that I get in there that's in the background. And I was getting that on this as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, all the math checks out.
Yeah.
Great pour. Fun head-to-head.
Yeah.
Or not fun head-to-head.
It's, well.
Fun single sample.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to try it. So thank you guys for giving us a sample.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
If you've tried Lineage, I would love to hear what you think about it in the comments below. Do you feel like it's worth the money? Is it not worth the money? Is Jim Beam your preferred flavor profile or not? I think that's kind of the key piece of information that needs to go with whether you think it's worth the money or not.
I think if you like a lot of Jim Beam products, you will probably love this.
Yeah. And here's to the point that we said before we knew what it was. If we're in Kentucky and we had never tried Jim Beam Lineage before and we had to pay $40 at a bar for a pour of it,
I'd pay it.
I would pay it. Yeah. This is an experience worth having.
Yeah.
But if you aren't in Kentucky or you can't get to Kentucky and you don't ever have an opportunity to try this pour, a Knob Creek pick or even an Elijah Craig barrel proof, it's probably 80% as good as this.
It'll get you almost there.
It'll get you real close. So also, maybe you can get plugged in to our Discord community through our Patreon, which is linked in the video description below, and you might be able to find somebody that has a bottle of Lineage that you could trade samples with. That stuff is happening all the time over on Discord, which again, you get to through Patreon.
Which our Discord community is the most generous, funnest, friendliest group of people that you should be a part of.
It would be really
just letting you know.
It would be really easy to post up and say, hey, I would love to get a bottle of Lineage. Is anybody going to be in Kentucky? And I guarantee you somebody that you've never met before would be very happy to put their own money on the line, buy a bottle of Lineage, ship it to you, hand delivery via private courier service. We have a private courier service that we use that we arrange with our people to make sure we're delivering alcohol legally. And also, you can get our barrel picks delivered legally to you through our retail partners. And we did a Knob Creek pick that I would love to taste next to this because I think our Knob Creek pick might be better than this.
Also, disclaimer for our Patreon. We only want good people who like good whiskey.
Yeah.
So if you're not good people, that's the first one. Be gone.
Be gone.
The good whiskey is like a secondary part of the good people part. So if you're not good people, just keep watching us on YouTube only.
Right.
I just need to say that. Mama Erin's coming through.
Yeah.
We only like good people in our... Because that's where we spend a lot of time. So
it's our home on the internet. We don't do Facebook, all that stuff.
We don't want to have to deal with a lot of troublemakers. So if you're a troublemaker, please don't join our Discord because you'll probably not like it.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's all that there is to say about Patreon. If you like this shirt and you want to check out other things, you can check all that stuff out at stuffandwhiskey.com. It's a little bit of a resource for you just to have some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Glassware, all kinds of stuff. And I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Good.
Thank you for watching today's video. Be good and do good. Be good people. Drink good whiskey. And we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I completely forgot Lineage even existed.
I never knew it existed, so...
You knew it existed because you've tried it before when Kim and Mark were
Oh, I have?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
But to the point...
We've been with Kim and Mark several times. I don't remember what we tried.
This was when they actually came over to our house.
To our home.
And we cooked and all
that. Oh,
that
was like forever ago.
That was a while ago.
I don't remember
Kim and Mark,
that.
come back over.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
We're going to see them in April.
Man. Yeah, that's pricey but good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm glad we got to try it.
Can I have yours?
No. I thought you were wanting to cheers me. I'll cheers you.
Cheers.